Oh, Samantha, what happened with ReDNeQ? Do you want to hop on and talk about this for a second? I did see his tweet. Yeah, Samantha, if you want to hop on, this is something that is probably 43 PMs. Yeah, so tell me about what the fuck happened here.
So like I woke up today and I may not be like super well liked in the Twitch politics community, but everybody knows that I have no problem speaking to people no matter what their political background is. Like I'm not afraid. I won't back down from any fucking argument. So and I had that 3.5 hour fucking chat with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I had made progress, and like then he's doing dumb shit, and he pulls this shit, right? So I was like, basically I was mad. I jumped into Republican Nation shit, and I fucking started screaming like 0 to 100. I went like full on Alex Jones meltdown, screaming at him, but like trans style. And I was more upset the fact that like, and it wasn't even about what he said about trans people. It's the fact that he will respect me and respect trans people when it's me, but then shit on everyone else. And that's not how it works. Like, you respect all trans people or you go fuck yourself. Yeah, it's like, how so many shitty people... does that make me feel? Because that makes me feel shitty within the community, because it's like, well, he's going to treat these other trans people. I might not like some of these trans people he's fighting with, but guess what? I'm not going to fucking say that shit to him. That has nothing to do with why I don't like these people. But like the difference between how he treats me and them, like that's that's hurtful to them and me. 2, that can cause a rift between trans people. So it's like, well, why is some righty treating you good, but like me horribly? And that's totally not fair. And it's got to be all or none. Like I have no problem with it. If he wants to just be like, fine, none. I'm like, good. That at least you fucking were a man about your fucking word. Put your shit behind your fucking beliefs. Ride or die. Whatever. You do you. But like, just flip flopping like a fucking pancake ass motherfucker is and stupid. Sorry, it's really bad. And so sorry, I'm just really pissed off about this. No, my bad on that. But like, fuck. If I could, I would pee in his fucking Cheerios. I swear to fucking God.
You do a lot of like threats with bodily fluids. Here's my thing. Like, he's been reached out to by like at least 3, maybe up to 5 people, like on an individual basis, to like talk about these things and be like, yo, like, I think you're a pretty chill dude. And I think that you've got this wrong. And I want you to like think about this for a second and think about like why this is like hurtful or like shitty or like whatever term you want to use. And he's just like looking for engagement on Twitter, the fucking hashtags, right? Trying to be fucking, whatever the fuck he's trying to do. I don't know what exactly it is he's actually trying to do here.
So I think real quick, anybody in the chat, I apologize for using that word. Like, just I get heated and I can't really think. So that was a very shitty thing to do. Anyway, confirmed. Like, I don't want you to put the message on screen or anything that I sent you, because that's a personal Discord message. But like at this point, he's literally just outed himself as a fucking grifter.
Yeah, like exactly. Like I don't give very much like plausible like deniability to him anymore. Like, he's like very obviously just like doing things to like get engagement at this point, Yeah,
because I mean, like, if you look at what he messages me or how he talks to me, it's like, oh yeah, no, I understand there's I have this, and then like you go everywhere else and just try to start shit.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone should be trying with him anymore, because like, people have like reached out to him in a personal capacity. People have like yelled at him on stream. Like, there's a lot of things that people have done the past couple of weeks to try and get him to shut the fuck up about this shit, and he's not going to. So,
Sondsol, check this out. Go to full screen on your video.
Wait. Oh yeah, one sec.
and then the three dots on the side, you can just click that and put only show or don't show people without like cameras, and that'll take off your like camera thing for Discord.
Fucking smart. Look at that. Okay.
Not only do I know cameras, but this is what I do.
Okay, let me see here. Boom and boom. There we go. React. Boom.
And then you full screen it. There you go. How's that?
All right. Perfect. Yeah, I feel like the redneck, number one, the redneck discourse is really fucking boring at this point. I see him like still fucking like adding me on Twitter like a week after the really big argument. It's just kind of, it's number one, it's fucking cringe as fuck. It's also damaging to people that are on Twitch politics, you know, who are trying to engage with like discussions or on panels, and he jumps on and then he'll just like say some like mean transphobic shit.
So it's funny though, because like you've been on Republican Nation like with me screeching at him, and what's funny is like he's giving Republicans that want to learn, or at least actually have the openness or willingness to learn and engage with trans people about trans issues, and like he gives them all a bad look. Because like the cool thing about like some people is like, yes, you can start reaching across and be like, hey, kind of slowly bring them over, slowly kind of like, you know, because yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's like they can go to like another, you know, they go talk with their Republican buddies at their straight bars. I don't know what they do. Straight people are weird. You know, like, hey, no, like, you know, I talked to this one trans person and she was pretty cool, and you know, so we were talking about this, and she's a veteran and blah blah blah, and you know it. You know, it's a willingness to be able to talk to other people, or maybe they'll get their friends to open up about it, and you know, maybe they'll teach their friends something that their friends didn't know, just because I was willing to have a conversation with them. But like at this point, it's like I did that 3.5 hour fucking one-on-one, and it's like I get this fucking stupid ass shit, and it's fucking fuck it, like I'm done. Why? What's the point? If he's gonna literally be a grifter and just do this shit for fucking like Twitter clout, come on.
Yeah, I seriously think that he's just trying to like, he uses this excuse. Oh fuck! What I just dropped? I have no idea. But
Your sanity.
I feel like it's pretty apparent that he really is trying to be a like large content creator, like trying to be like the like a right wing like you know, Ben Shapiro type or what the fuck ever he wants to be, and
a right wing destiny. Got it.
Yeah, maybe. And he uses his like disabilities as an excuse, like this is like therapy for him, but he's so disingenuous with that, because he's putting himself in situations where people are going to attack him. Why? Because he's trying to get more clout, and he's never going to grow. I mean, look at his fucking following. He's been like around the same number for fucking months, right? So like he's not growing in any capacity. He's not offering anything that anyone hasn't already heard or like wants to hear. I don't know. I don't know if you have anything more to say about it.
Sorry, I was just like, I just noticed I got responses to my, I tweeted back at them, and he's mad. I didn't realize, so I responded to his tweet, and I didn't realize that nobody in Twitch Politics can see my tweet because it's a blocked account because it's for porn. So I raged for nothing. Fuck. I feel kind of stupid now. I feel like, damn it, I really wanted to see my anger, and he probably just saw my butt. It's okay. I'll take it. But anyway, yeah, it was just like,
ass and then fuck right. Off. Like I mean, at this point, I don't have any intention of like trying to engage with him outside of like, you know, like I'll keep him on Twitter for like his bad takes and then like talk about them on stream to like tell people, hey, so like he said this thing, why is this wrong, right? Outside of that, I don't think that there's any use like actually engaging with him. I haven't been engaging with him on Twitter. I think that's the only usefulness that I can get out of someone like him, because you know, I know that some people might think that I'm like wanting to platform him and like that it's going to do harm to people. I think that we do have to like put out the message like, hey, what this guy is doing is wrong. This is what the appropriate messaging of this is, or why what he is saying is fucking absolutely brain dead. Right?
Okay, but at the same time, what kind of fuck, I hate the fact that I'm about to say this on a stream, but like what kind of actual like left of center, leftist, centrist, I'm a centrist, I'm a libertarian, would I be if I wasn't willing to fucking reach out and actually try first?
Oh,
you know,
no, like
I would just be as bad as them, just like, no, I'm not talking to you, libtard, this, that, weird.
Yeah, and if you're able to do that, I think that that's fine. At this point, I just think that like reaching out to him or like platforming him in any capacity is just fucking. There's no point.
I've engaged with him on everybody else's platform, not mine. Nobody goes on my platform, but it's like. No, like I think, you know, I made that one try. I made that one thing, and then I yelled at him today. I didn't get involved that day that you went off on me because I didn't understand the situation. Because I'm not like a Twitter politics person. I really, Twitter for me is work, not play, fun, or whatever, right? So, you know, I didn't get involved in that. I got involved this time. No, I got involved the first time before the big one-on-one because I watched the 1v1 with him and Demon Mama. And like I said, you know, that seemed unfair on both their parts. They have too much of a history of just fighting and Twitter drama and Dylan Burns drama to be able to come to the table with an open mind to be able to discuss something, to the point they're just already just taking their Twitter fight and fighting back and forth. Okay. Before it even started, they had made the decision to argue. So it wasn't fair for either one of them, for Demon Mama or for ReDNeQ. So I was like, cool, I will take the fucking L here. I'll take one for the team. You know, I'll pop a lithium, okay, because I needed something stronger than Xanax. So I popped the lithium. Tiberius like, I'll host it. And then he's like, I'll just put it on my channel. I'll back off. You do the questions. You handle this shit. I'm like, I'm not even gonna ask some questions. I just let him like, hey, what are your thoughts on the transfer? And you saw it. I let it roll. I'm like, I didn't want to bring up anything or steer the conversation anyway. I let him drive. And I just responded to what his problems were and did my best to squash some misconceptions, did my best to give him an education in areas he wasn't well-versed in or educated in, or change his mind. And it was so weird because like he was willing to disavow tweets he made back in the day, if you got that part. And then he was willing to like say that like, yeah, he's matured in some positions and all this stuff. But then like the next fucking day, I think it was 2 days after, I'm watching you and he had fucking done some stupid shit on Twitter with trans people again. It's like this motherfucker's like, it's now at the point where it's like he's willing to do this shit, and that's like the only VOD we've ever done on Tiberius, right? Of a panel, because let's be honest, if I'm on a panel, I'm a walking TOS.
Yeah, well, what I will say is that like it's obvious that you made an impact on Tiberius at least, and if you made an impact on him, you might have made an impact on his audience, because his response to the tweet in question today was very, I think, very good, you know.
The second did?
Well, no, he quote tweeted, called him a jackass, and then ReDNeQ tried to defend himself, and he wasn't having it.
Yeah, which is weird, because I've heard from so many people like Tiberius is a transphobe, Tiberius, and I'm like, really? Like I'm like his number two person on his. Yeah, I'm like his number two person. He goes out of his way to message me. Like we'll talk off stream constantly. Like we've shared private information, and there's been a level of trust we have built. isn't an enabler of fascism. Okay, yeah. Anyway, but no, he's definitely not what I've heard about people. And you know, at first I went on there to like. At first, I went in there to kind of like see what he's about. Like I heard all these things about him, and then it's like I started talking about trans issues, and I was able to change like a bunch of people over. Yeah, there's some cringe people on his fucking channel, but there's some cringe people on Prime. There's some cringe people like all over the place. And who's
half of my chat is cringe. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a big one in there now. Holy fuck. Anyway, but like, still, who are we? Who want to change the world for the better if we can't just like fucking have a conversation with somebody because we don't like their beliefs? Like, we can't say we actually have the moral high ground if we're willing to shut down an argument before it's even started, or shut down a conversation just because we assume that they're already so dug in their positions it can't change.
Right. I think that there's a certain thing to be said about like giving it that shot at trying to engage with them. But I mean, you know, you have to look at people's patterns of behavior, and when they don't fucking stop, or when they go out of their way to be like extra vocal about it, that's like even worse. Like it's he's not going to change. But
so it's like, and it's like there's so many other people that, like, you know, I've heard transphobic, right? But nobody can provide evidence. You know, there's been no evidence of transphobic, like actual transphobic behavior or shit. Now one person I can definitely confirm is a transphobic fucking piece of shit. At least on surface level, or is trying to come off that way, is fucking ReDNeQ. And he's a fucking grifter. He like fucking 100% confirmed he's a fucking grifter. Mm-hmm. He's literally doing this shit for Twitter clout. Like, that message, I wanted to fucking toss it. Like, it was so fucking gross. Like, that message, it was stupid. But I mean, if anybody else has like any evidence or like wants to talk about like transphobic people and see if I can take them on one and confront them with evidence, just like I did with ReDNeQ, dude, if I could survive a conversation for 3.5 hours with ReDNeQ on transphobic shit, dude, toss me names, give me fucking ideas. I'll go at it with everybody. I'll take on Trump. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's, I mean, oftentimes it's not my fucking place to, like, engage in this. Like, I've been made aware that it can be hurtful to like platform certain people, like, and just like have their shit being spewed on my streams. So I've been conscious and had discussions about what the people I'll platform going forward is, right? And you know, after that discussion with ReDNeQ, especially after the follow-up conversation with ReDNeQ, where I went on someone else's stream, not on mine. There's no hope for this man. He's too far gone.
Yeah. But if you've seen, I agree with not giving him a platform, but at the same time, I have no problem invading everybody else's platform to hunt these people down and fucking yell at them.
Yeah, no, I think that I'd be fine going after.
I've invaded so many fucking right wing spaces to yell about this shit. And been banned from quite a few, been invited back. That one you and I went into where Yumi and Bones were yelling at some people, right? Mm-hmm. They asked me to come back, and like, you were reasonable, Bones was reasonable, and I just did my typical screeching like names and bullshit at them, and they invited me back.
Damn. Yeah, I'm going to set up a discussion with that guy. Like, I think that here's my thing. When I go into like a discussion like that, if there's like multiple people on my side, I'm going to try and like be like a fairly reasonable person. But if it's just me, I don't feel bad like not pulling any punches in terms of like yelling or like going tit for tat.
Yeah, you had me and Bones though. Like, that was
exactly.
There was like,
I don't feel
there was like 16 people in there.
The intellectual disparity between the three of us and the like 15 of them was too great. I had to just like be you and Bones had the intellectual stuff. You and Bones were the intellectuals. I just yelled Karen at that chick for like 2 minutes straight. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop out. And Lady Rain wants to talk really quick. But if you want to stick around, maybe hop in the call in a little bit.
No problem. Later. Have a good one.
Catch you later.